Hello, Taurus Souls. Welcome to your reading. I am so grateful that you are here. My name is Nikki, and I use my clairaudient and channeling abilities to help people find the magic within. If you're new here, welcome. I channel messages from creative expression such as movies, books, and music, and I'm excited and honored to be doing this reading for you today. I will be channeling messages from Edgar Allan Poe quotes. And I was inspired to do this series because last month it was my birthday at the beginning of the month, and my boyfriend took me to a spiritual store where they sell healing crystals and tarot cards and candles, and I came across the Edgar Allan Poe tarot deck, and my boyfriend bought it for me, and I'm very excited to be using it in this reading today, and that's what inspired the series. I wanted to channel messages from Edgar Allan Poe because it's October, it's spooky month, and he wrote horror stories, so I thought it would be interesting to see what comes through the channeled messages. So how the reading will work, Taurus, I have channeled 12 different Edgar Allan Poe quotes and written them down on slips of paper, one for each zodiac sign, put them in this little tin here. Spirit will choose one for you, and then we'll do an intuitive card reading to get some additional messages. So let's see which Edgar Allan Poe quote has a message for you, Taurus. We have I am actuated by an ambition which I believe to be an honorable one, the ambition of serving the great cause of truth while endeavoring to forward the literature of the country. I am actuated by an ambition which I believe to be an honorable one, the ambition of serving the great cause of truth while endeavoring to forward the literature of the country. The first deck of cards that we are using, Taurus, is the Edgar Allan Poe deck. Thank you, Spirit. What are your additional messages for my Taurus souls? Feel the top cards calling. We've got 10 of Pentacles. Next, we'll pull a card from the Moonology deck. Thank you, Spirit. What else? Don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in the Leo. Next, we have the Super Attractor deck. Thank you, Spirit. What else? My greatest spiritual shifts don't come through force, they come through freedom. And the final deck of cards we're using is the Self-Love Affirmation deck from Louise. Thank you, Spirit. What are your final messages for my Taurus souls? Wellness is the natural state of my body. My body communicates with me, and I am willing to listen to understand its messages. Okay, Taurus, let's reflect on your Edgar Allan Poe quote one more time. I am actuated by an ambition which I believe to be an honorable one, the ambition of serving the great cause of truth while endeavoring to forward the literature of the country. So, Spirit is bringing through an ambition that you have right now, Taurus. One that for some of you is to reveal truth, whether that is through the means of writing, because this quote is focused on forwarding the literature of the country. So some of you may have ambitions to write a book or to communicate through the written word, to write about truth in a book that you have aspirations of writing. The ambition does not have to be in regards to literature, but I am feeling that very strongly for a lot of you. Your ambition is anything that you feel called to do while you are here, something that ignites love in your heart, joy. When you think about it, you smile, and it creates a very high level of passion within you and ignites that passion that people feel from you while you are expressing yourself through that creative means, whatever that is for you. So, whatever your ambition is, what lights you up the most, what you enjoy doing, Spirit is saying to keep going with that, because the card that is right next to this quote is the Ten of Pentacles. This is prosperity, abundance, being rewarded for the fruits of your labor, material abundance, and having that financial security that also stems from a place of having worked on your mindset in terms of money, shifting your money beliefs. I'm seeing that a lot of you have been working on that, and just flipping anything that doesn't resonate with abundance that was previously a lack mindset or a lack scarcity belief, shifting that to more positive ones, understanding the power you have in manifesting abundance for yourself and knowing your true worth in the process, that you are worthy, whole, and complete as you are and always have been. So there's a lot of success that will come from this ambition of yours, Taurus. Spirit is heeding a warning here in terms of pride and a spiritual ego that I am feeling a little bit of. That's why we have don't let pride get in your way, because pride can wreak havoc on what you're creating, and people feel that energy from you as well. I do feel a lot of humble energy and passion for what you're creating, but when we come from a place of spiritual ego, it can derail everything that we have created, and the message won't be heard as powerfully because people will pick up on ego or pick up on that prideful energy. So the key to letting go of pride is to allow yourself to feel it, doing meditations where you let it come up, you see it for what it is, you don't judge yourself for having that emotion, because all of your emotions are valid. But also understanding like where the pride is stemming from. Is this an ancestral pattern in your lineage that you are here to break? Is this pride a sense of helping you to let go of control in some sense? What is the pride eliciting? What is it helping you to heal? What is it helping you to integrate in terms of shadow work? And I completely understand this. This is definitely something within my lineage as well, and within myself. It's a very potent karmic pattern that can wreak a lot of havoc in your soul's journey if you allow it to. But it's also one of the easiest to break, is what I've learned. I read this book called Letting Go. I believe it was written by a man named David Hawkins. I believe that's his name. I might have that wrong, but I think that's what his name is. It's about letting go, allowing yourself to feel emotions. And he even touches on the emotion of pride and how it's one of the easiest shadow aspects to integrate and to heal. I found that very interesting. I would have thought that it would have been one of the more difficult ones, but apparently that's not the case. But there are EFT tappings that you can do to get to the root of why this is coming up. You may also see yourself being triggered by other people in your reality who have a prideful energy about them, and these people are here to reflect that shadow aspect. So be mindful of that. It's just bringing up something to be healed. Don't judge yourself for it. The key is to feel it and let it move through you, because on the other side of that is that humble energy, that compassionate energy that you're here to infuse with the work you're doing. It's very, very powerful, but Spirit is heeding a warning of not letting pride get in the way of that to derail everything that you've created, okay? We have my greatest spiritual shifts don't come through force, they come through freedom. So the collective is really being asked to let go of control right now, not forcing outcomes, not forcing relationships, not forcing manifestations. Spirit is saying that the greatest spiritual shifts, they will come through freedom, and the freedom is through feeling your emotions. The key is to freedom is to allow yourself to feel everything that you haven't allowed yourself to feel, but also to not force things, to let things naturally evolve, to go with the flow. You'll see a lot more positive shifts take place when you let go of control and let the divine co-create with you rather than you having to do it all on your own. You can take action from a place of peace rather than control when you have that awareness, okay? Your last card here is wellness is the natural state of my body. So some of you have been experiencing pain in certain areas within yourself, and this is your body communicating with you. And this is also a very good indication of where trapped emotions are being stored, painful emotions. If we haven't allowed ourselves to feel painful emotions, they will also wreak havoc within the body and manifest as disease and very painful symptoms. One of which that I personally experienced was I had a flare up within my body where I felt debilitating pain. I couldn't get out of bed, I couldn't walk. My boyfriend had to take me to the hospital. This was in 2017 before I started having a spiritual awakening and learning about these things. But my doctor actually thought that I had leukemia because my white cell blood count was like 40,000. And she said, I typically only see this in patients who have cancer. And when I heard that, I was like very, very scared. And she gave me some pain medication and I took it and the pain went away, and I went back the next day and my blood count was down to 11,000. And my doctor was like, "You're weird." Like she hadn't seen it go down that quickly before. That was how quickly my body healed from, what I was experiencing, because at the time I was praying. I was like, "Thank you, God, that everything's going to be okay." But I didn't know at the time it was due to repressed anger. My anger that I've been holding on to for so long was literally creating cancer in my body. So pay attention to what your body is communicating with you, and whatever emotion you intuitively feel, doing guided meditations to help you feel that will help you move the stuck energy, okay? On the back it says, my body communicates with me and I'm willing to listen to and understand its messages. So wherever you're experiencing the pain, pay attention to where it's at and what you're feeling intuitively, what emotions are coming up, because that's a good indication of what needs to be felt and healed. All right, Taurus. I'd like to open up my clairaudience and see what else I can hear specifically for my Taurus souls. Thank you, Spirit. I'm seeing somebody with like one of those old school Walkmans and putting on headphones. Perhaps some of you listen to music that way through beats or listen to meditations through that. That's very powerful, especially if you're listening to healing music, because then when you have the headphones on, it's bringing the energy in on a whole different level that is very in tune with the essence of your personal energy at the time you're listening to it. So, listening to meditations in that way, because I'm seeing for a lot of you, you might have like background noise where the meditation is going, and I'm seeing the meditation would be much more powerful if you listen to it through your headphones. Okay, and that's why a lot of times before a guided meditation you'll hear best used if you have headphones. So um, that is true. It doesn't mean that the meditation won't work, but you will experience more powerful shifts directly with headphones. All right, what else, Spirit? Thank you. Spirit is coming through saying very loud and clear, why? I keep hearing why. What is this, Spirit? I feel called to pull another card from the tarot deck here. Well, what is this why? 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 Like I just hear it repeated over and over and over again. What are you bringing through? Thank you. Two of Swords. Okay, so what I'm feeling from this is a lot of you want to know why something happened. Because I'm being drawn to the man on the card. He has a blindfold, so there's like some truth that has not been revealed yet, and it's created a lot of frustration. And with the moon in the background, it does feel like having been deceived in some sense. But a lot of you want answers, want to know why something happened. What else with this, Spirit? Oh, this actually had another card on it. Okay. The Hanged Man was right behind the Two of Swords here. So this is like being suspended in time, waiting for the answers to something. But there's also like a fear of learning the truth, not maybe really wanting to know, but at the same time really wanting to know. What's going on here, Spirit? Before I tap into the energy clairaudiently here, I am feeling the energy of understanding that everything that has happened for you and not to you. But in terms of why things happened, that's still very important as well. Okay, so just bringing the message of everything happens for you. Just bringing the message that everything happens for you and not to you. That takes away victim mentality mindset. Okay, but understanding the why, that's just as important. So what is going on with the why here? It will be revealed. This is why we have the hangman and like this energy of suspension, of not knowing, of feeling like you're blind to some truth, wanting to know why something happened. I feel like this was something very traumatic that took place when you were younger for a lot of you. And it's like an integral part of your healing to understand the why. And there's something about it not being the right time right now with your soul's journey. It will be revealed to you, but it will come in a time after you've allowed yourself to let go of certain emotions, working towards a place of forgiveness, not forcing the forgiveness, because if we don't process the anger behind the situation that took place, forgiveness can't be possible without processing the emotions. That's why a lot of people find it hard to forgive those who have hurt them. I'm being shown that movie, A Dark Song. In that movie, it's about this woman who she reaches out to a spiritual practitioner because she wants answers from archangels and higher dimensions. And you find out as the story goes on that her son was actually murdered by a group of people, and he was only 7 years old. And she also had all of those questions. Why did this happen? It was something very traumatic that she experienced. So this is the energy that I'm feeling, something that took place in your past. Why did this happen? But in that movie, and I am going to spoil it here because it's very pertinent to the message that's coming through. In that movie, she works with this spiritual practitioner. She starts to have a spiritual awakening. She's purging all of this stuff. But then the spiritual practitioner starts to see that nothing is happening. And he goes, "Did you tell me the truth about everything?" And she goes, "Yes, I did." And he goes, "No, tell me the truth." He knew she was lying. She was actually holding on to vengeance towards the people that murdered her son. She wasn't able to forgive them. And this was creating a blockage towards manifesting the experiences in the higher dimensions, with her higher power, with getting the answers that she wanted. And because of that, she goes through like a dark night of the soul within this house. It's very metaphorical. It's very spiritual. It's about spiritual awakening, spiritual concepts. It's a very cool movie. At the end of the film, she is just trying to make her way through the dark house because she's still stuck in that place where she can't forgive. And what happens is she starts to get chased by lower vibrational entities in the film. And they actually do some dark things to her, and she realizes in that moment, okay, this is not what I want. And like this staircase just like opens up before her, and she starts ascending up the steps. And when she gets there, one of the angels are up there, and you can see that he's just glowing. And she gets down on her knees after having gone through the hell that she just went through. And he asks her, what's your question? What is it that you want? What's your wish? And she says, I wish for the ability to forgive. And he smiles, and it's just a really beautiful moment of light within a very dark film. But not being able to forgive will block messages from coming through. When you get to that place, you might find that the floodgates open and you'll see things, why they happened. And that very could be the lesson as well. Maybe part of your soul's journey was to experience forgiving somebody for doing something traumatic and having mercy in that way and processing all of the emotions that come along with that. So that very well could be the why as well, but it will be revealed to you in time as you feel what you need to feel and are able to eventually get to a place of forgiveness if that is what your soul chooses with your free will. All right. So those are your messages, Taurus. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, be sure to like, comment down below. And I also do a podcast with 4 amazing women, my sister Lacey, Rebecca, Carly, and Heather. If that's something you're interested in, I'm linking that in the description box down below as well. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.